My name is Skylar Riches, and this is my submission for the high-level programming module where we create the boids engine. As you can see, this is just the basic default state of when I've just booted up my boids. You see they're just wandering around following patterns. So, the first option I've got available in my GUI for modifying my boids is the number of them. With this slider, I can increase the amount of boids that are shown on screen with a maximum value of 700 before it drops too far below 30 FPS. As I tried to set a maximum value that kept the performance at a still relatively stable state, as 30 FPS is still not terrible when it comes to games. But obviously this could be optimized further to make it even better. I can then decrease it back down again if I wanted less boids. So you now see I've only got 242, and you can see up here that I've gone back up to 60 FPS, which seems to be the maximum that this system is capable of reaching. The next value I can modify is the wander weight. If I increase this, it increases the randomness of the movements of the little boids I have moving around. You can also see that when they are moving around, they aren't going beyond this white cube that I've added. This is so that they don't go flying off into the void, because otherwise you will never see them again. I can then also adjust the cohesion, so this allows them to stay in groups more, and if I reduce the separation, they'll form more tighter, close-knit groups. So you can see if I increase the amount of boids as they're processed in groups to help optimization, increasing the number allows you to see the groups more. Each group I've got it processes 50 boids at a time, so you get these clumps of boids that gather together following the same processing. If I increase the alignment as well, you see that they follow the same sort of direction as each other. As mentioned before, again, you'll tend to see more kind of clumps in areas where they're being processed, as I did that to reduce the processing needed, as it increases the performance by having them processed in groups rather than all at once. It's also what allowed me to increase the maximum number of boids from an initial 150 to 700. And finally, you can see the separation. If I increase that, you'll see that the boids will start to scatter off in all random directions rather than staying together. So if I increase those to the minimum, this is the absolute chaos of randomness that you get when you do that. And finally, you can adjust the position of the cube you see on screen. So I could decide to move that to 1 to the right, I could move it down 1.5, and I could move it back 2 if I wanted. So now you'll see, if I move the camera closer, that when the boids reach near it, they will avoid it when they get within a certain range, as seen by some of the fish here, for example. Anyway, this is my boids engine. Thank you for watching.